Being performative, huh? I know you can't read.
You're the girl that shoots water.
I like nerds.
I like goths. The movie begins with Tony, a dude that asked out Violet on a date and agreed to go to the movies on Friday.
Cause he horny.
But thanks to a brokey supervillain pulling up that
Needs money.
Tony hides and unintentionally finds out Violet is a superhero. And why would she even do that in public? Like, are you just trying to get caught?
This isn't real, it's AI.
Then he runs away because he has no balls and
Don't like the strong woman.
So this dude named Dicker erases Tony's memory of Violet to protect her secret identity. And I guess the opening scene is what happens in the future because we're back to the brokey villains stealing with the Incredibles after them. And there's no way Tony sees Violet and gets his memory erased in a span of 15 minutes. So Mr. Incredible, aka Big Boy, yeets the brokey and ends up breaking the machine, making it go crazy, and also fails to capture him.
Oh, this dude the useless.
And look at all that damage to the city. That's millions of damages.
Huh? You gay?
Then we're introduced to Frozone, who's the Elsa wannabe, and there's Elastigirl that can stretch like the
Monkey D. Roofy.
Then this rich superhero fanboy gets aroused, supers are back, and starts stalking them. So pretty much this is continuing from where the film left off from the first film. So if you haven't watched the first film,
What the hell you doing watching this video? Go check that out first.
now they stopped this machine from continuing to wreak havoc, which Mr. Incredible broke in the first place, which led to millions in damages, and the brokey got away, but y'all are laughing?
Y'all didn't do shit.
And next thing you know, they get interrogated by police while Elsa wannabe gets recruited to help make supers legal again. I was just trying to help. Did you help by catching him? No.
Hajima?
No. So you're performative?
No.
Then we're told the banks had insurance, so everything would have been covered, and Big Boy interfering only made things worse. Then later, Violet tells him Tony saw her as a super, and that's how he asked Dicker to go take care of it. Y'all are useless. Stop being performative and get a real job. Toodaloo. Man, their life is just depressing, seeing them live in a motel, both unemployed, broke, with
No money.
Why couldn't Mr. Incredible just get hired by Secret Service and just do the government's dirty work and make good money?
And also, both Elastigirl and Mr. Incredibles worked really hard in their early years as supers, and Bob also got paid good when he was working for Ginger Villain, but now all of a sudden these guys are dead broke, having barely enough for a motel, and will soon be homeless? Nah, they doing this family dirty. Then Miss Stretchy shames the kids for using their powers and says it's wrong to use them because it's illegal.
That is bullshit. Well, you're all chopped.
So we did something wrong? No.
Yes. Oh, her nostrils big like the monkey.
So it's wrong to help others?
If it's against the law.
You sound like a Karen.
Are we broke? Yes, very.
So Violet's depressed they only got 2 weeks left at the motel before they're screwed, as Miss Stretchy suggests she could start working and Big Boy can take care of the kids. Which is extremely emasculating as a man, letting your girl be the protector and provider, knowing you can't do anything to help the family financially.
Well,
Guess it's time to start scrubbing, Mr. Incredible. Scrub, scrub.
Then Frozone pulls up about a job offer that can help turn things around, so cause it's about money, Elastigirl puts on her super outfit after shaming the kids it's wrong to play super.
What a hypocrite.
so if there's money involved, she has no morals. Got it.
You're my biggest fan. Wait, I'm illiterate. Shit. Then we meet the rich superfan that starts glazing the supers, stroking their ego, while we meet his tech nerd sister, who's pretty much the
Female Elon Musk.
And Superfan says his father was the real glazer, gooning to superheroes and even created a direct line to call them if he was in trouble, but after supers became illegal, one night some brokey robber breaks in, so he uses the line, but no one answers, cause it's illegal.
Like, if you know superheroes aren't hiding because it's against the law, then why would you still go ahead and try to call them? Buddy, that's on you.
So his dad dies and he disagrees with his sister, who says he should have taken their mom to the safe room instead of calling for help. But anyway, I'm surprised no super got hired by the super rich to do their dirty work for money over the years. Now, Superfan wants to make supers legal again, and to do so, the goal is to show the public from the super's point of view with cameras made by Super Nerd. And Beaker Boy's creaming, but Elastigirl gets picked instead. But she's not better than me.
Shaky.
Your big ass costs too much in damages, so we want her instead. But she goes, I don't know lah. So Big Boy reminds her she has no morals when it comes to money, and if they don't get a job in 2 weeks, they'll be the
Homeless. So cause she want the money.
Miss Stretchy agrees, and just like that, they move to a much nicer crib and not have to worry about rent. Basically, this film is saying if you're rich, you can even get retired supers who respect the law to do illegal shit for money.
So money does matter.
Then she puts on the suit and oh my goodness, Disney put body positivity straight out the window, cause goddamn.
Disney, you naughty boy.
I'm not even kidding. The amount of scenes where we straight up see Elastigirl's ass is actually crazy, and you'll soon know what I mean.
Where's mom?
Busy breaking the law.
So she's a hypocrite?
Huh? Yeah. Anyway, the kids go to school, and wait a minute, did Dash just use his powers out in public where anyone inside the bus could have seen it? So much for hiding their powers. Then we're told Elastigirl is in the most crime-ridden city waiting for something to happen, so I'm guessing she's in Chicago or Detroit. Remember, no holding hands till marriage. And Big Boy takes care of the kids, putting the baby to sleep and teaching his son the math.
Dad, just give up. I'll ask an Asian.
How is this math?
Whoa, calm down.
No. Now Miss Stretchy observes the train because she's bored, but wait, if supers are illegal, how is she just in the open like that chilling and the police aren't doing anything? Anyway, this newly developed train goes cuckoo and drives backwards, so Elastigirl tries to stop it and in the process destroys her bike and does some Spider-Man 2 type shit.
Well, Toby did it first.
But anyway, she confronts the driver, but he has no memory of it ever happening as we're introduced to the villain of the film, the screenslaver. Meanwhile, Violet's heartbroken she got flaked on a date and proceeds to go on Reddit to post that men ain't shit. And the little boy don't want to sleep, so he binge watches movies, then seeing a raccoon thinking it's evil, the baby goes and confronts it. Now Jack's a menace because that raccoon was just eating leftovers from the trash can and he just goes, that shit's for the insects and make sure the raccoon stays hungry. So they square up, then the baby yeets his ass and flexes his powers, and Jack's got so many powers, bro has the potential to be the greatest superhero or supervillain ever. My sperm's elite. And not gonna lie, I felt bad for the dude because he can't even tell his wife what happened because she could worry and jeopardize the mission, while at the same time she tells him all her new accomplishments she's doing on the job he wishes he could do, so he has to pretend to be happy for her while he's dying inside. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, sucks to be you, loser.
Love you too. And at 2 a.m. instead of sleeping, bro decides to lock in and become the
Asian, learning the math so his son don't become the failure.
Then Violet confronts Tony.
Hello, zombie a hoe. Yeah, anyway, did you forget?
What? Yo, look at her face. Oh, she is tweaking.
Is it because I called you a short king? Because I was totally joking.
Do I know you? And that's how you create a man-hater. Meanwhile, Miss Stretchy meets an ambassador who be fangirling her, and during a live broadcast, Screenslaver hypnotizes the news anchor and anyone that is watching the screen, which includes the 9-to-5 slaves and the helicopter pilot carrying the ambassador. So Elastigirl breaks the screens, wakes up the pilot, and takes over the plane.
Are you NPCs?
Yes.
No. Then get the hell out.
So Elastigirl saves the ambassador, which is great coverage for legalizing supers, but Screenslaver is still lurking around.
The next morning,
Violet's like,
boys ain't shit. They should be dead for eternity.
And that's when Bob admits he got Dicker to erase Tony's memory.
You just didn't want me to get pregnant.
And she crashes out.
This shit cockblocked me.
Yeet. Is this why gays exist? Meanwhile, Elastigirl be getting great coverage from the press, having a bunch of supporters that want to legalize supers.
So you're my fan, eh?
And this kid pretty much says, you still haven't done shit. And she looking like, wait, my haters are toddlers? Where are your parents? And god damn, you see what I mean? Disney keeps putting in constant ass shots like this is a hip-hop music video. So Elastigirl admits she got triggered by a toddler, then the film shows us more of her ass as we're introduced to these Walmart low-budget looking ass supers that were in hiding. Like, what the hell is this? So we got this dude who's pretty much built like a square, then there's this druggie who can't even keep his mouth closed, looking like a registered sex offender that can't even speak in full sentences. Then there's this wrinkly midget that looks like a toad, and why is he still working? Is the economy so bad you're still working and saving up to buy your first house? Then there's Super Karen, LGB squared, and a furry that goons to animals from Zootopia.
Long story short,
These heroes are trash.
And concurrently, Big Boy calls Dicker about the Tony problem and tries to fix it, but when told he works at a diner, bro takes Violet and the fam to go see him, which isn't a terrible idea.
But it goes horribly wrong. The hero? Ew.
Oh my goodness, holy negative aura. Yo, all she had to do was be chill and friendly, but instead turned her nose into a water gun. Yeah, if I'm Violet, I'm moving schools after that. My daughter likes you. Hey girl.
So you trying to tap? I'll remember this shit.
Oh, she gonna ghost you when she's older.
jokes aside, it's not the end of the world though, because if a dude is willing to ask you out, it's more than likely, even though he forgot his memories, if he asked you out once, it's gonna happen again.
Anyway, Elastigirl uses a live broadcast to lure the screensaver, which works. So the film shows more of her ass and she tracks his location. Man, why is Disney so obsessed with her ass? Because you definitely ain't seeing Big Boy's ass cheeks in this film.
Guess Disney's trying to do the fan service.
So Screenslaver pulls up acting like he wants all the smoke, only to run away like a minute later and decides to blow up the whole apartment complex to get rid of the evidence. Then he taps his goggles before knocking out, which I'm assuming is a pretty important detail because now he can't remember shit. So dude goes to prison, Elastigirl is praised, and Big Boy is sick of the stay-at-home dad shit.
Dad, can't we hire an Asian?
And despite seeing his old car from a crypto nerd and is tempted to get it back, he decides not to because he doesn't want any distractions to happen that could jeopardize his wife's mission. And the kids find out Jack has powers, so they give him shit for not telling him, and Big Boy crashes out. You want me to say it? I never wanted kids and I should have totally pulled out.
Sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, if I gotta worry that my baby could drown at any moment because it can fly through dimensions, it's going straight to the adoption center.
Korean don't like babies.
So they bring in Elsa Wannabe for help, but what's he gonna do? He doesn't even have kids. Cookie, I'll make you diabetic. Diabetes. Psych, I ain't giving you shit. And depending on how they raise Jack Jack, Bro could grow up to be Superman on steroids or a Homelander that can't lose. So sick of Jack Jack's shit, Bob brings the baby to Edna.
Why you so chap? Wow, you look like shit.
So dude asks Edna to make a suit for the baby and take care of him for a while because Bob's in his deadbeat era and wants to live his best life.
Slay.
And despite hating kids, once she sees the baby has powers, she agrees to take care of it so she can experiment on his ass.
Okay, you deadbeat, I go be his mother, bye-bye.
And as Elastigirl continues to get glazed, Superfan announces he'll host a yacht party that will head to the Epstein Islands as the world leaders have all agreed to make supers legal again. But Elastigirl isn't so that screenslaver has been caught, especially since the dude arrested turns out to be a pizza delivery dude, which doesn't add up, so she does some digging. Then Big Boy gives us a vulnerable moment. I'm sorry about Tony. I just didn't want you pregnant or using Plan B.
It's okay, I'll just use Planned Parenthood.
Then tech-savvy super nerd gets all nosy asking what Miss Stretchy's up to, so she explains and lists all the reasons Screenslaver is still out there. And just when she connects the dots that Screenslaver controls people using the screens built into the glasses, turns out the Screenslaver was super nerd.
Wait, so the pizza delivery guy was actually a pizza delivery guy? So that means Elastigirl struggled in a fight and took a long fight against an average NPC?
Like, this is not a good look getting hit and yeeted by an average NPC. Anyway, then our princess gets his little beauty sleep and within one day his baby's radicalized, looking like a sassy, zesty ass
Dumpling.
So Edna develops a suit device that shows the baby's location when it dips to another dimension and also a countermeasure when the baby's on fire. And the fact that Edna did all of this in one day makes me wonder what kind of chaos she could bring if she actually decided to go evil. And Miss Stretchy wakes up and this might be the dumbest villain origin story ever. So the nerd has a grudge against supers because they didn't help her dad when it was illegal to be super, so she wants to make them illegal forever.
Let me get this straight. So you hate supers because they didn't help your dad when it was illegal to help him? What? Wouldn't it make more sense if you hated supers because it was legal to help him, but they didn't help him anyway?
And instead of blaming the law that could have saved your dad, you want to blame all supers' existence because they help people and give them hope?
Are you dumb or are you dumb?
So the nerd controls Stretchy and will use her to make everyone hate supers. Meanwhile, Big Boy's ungrateful ass starts trashing the superfan's property going, I'm not paying for that shit. But then he gets a call from Super Nerd who tricks him into walking into a trap, so he tells Black Elsa to babysit the kids as he drives off to see his wife. And while Dash finds the remote for the Incredible, Violet senses something wrong and tells him to suit up. Then hearing a knock on the door, Dash answers, and what do you know, it's the low-budget 5. These 5 supers are so useless, the nerd got them controlled and hypnotized easy.
Hello? Let me speak to your manager.
There is no manager, and we don't like Karens.
Eating animal products is murder.
Then Dash calls for the Incredible as the crypto nerd shows his dominance, and yeah, she's definitely turned on from his masculinity. Now Elsa Wannabe tries keeping the kids safe, but them low-budget supers start flexing their powers. Like Super Karen that can teleport using portals, and when the Incredible shows up, Frozone tells him to sing Let It Go to activate voice recognition.
Let it go.
Then Frozone gets hypnotized.
Elsa!
But fortunately, the kids get away.
While the manipulator lures Big Boy to get beat by his own wife,
And he's like, girly, it's me. And she ends up hypnotizing him, so they're all Super Nerd slaves now. Then the kids get depressed, thinking they have no chance of stopping Super Nerd, but realizing they have baby Homelander, they're like, nah, we want all the smoke. Let's do it. And somehow they just knew where a billionaire's yacht is in the middle of the ocean as they successfully yeet themselves onto the ship. Then the world leaders show up all excited to go to Epstein Island as Violet decides to go solo to find their parents and gets Dash to babysit. But to no one's surprise, he can't babysit for shit and Jack Jack runs away. Now this is just ridiculous. So Super Karen finds out Violet is on the ship, but it's like, how do you fall over by yourself when there's no one around you at all? It's almost like you're begging to get caught. Like, look at all this space and you still tripped over while trying to be quiet and careful? Okay. So Karen makes sure she can't talk to the manager and uses a portal to force Screenslaver hypno glasses on her, but Karen is incredibly weak as she gets knocked out after one kick.
Oh, you go to sleep now. Good night.
And when Violet reunites with Dash, Jack Jack be causing generational trauma to NPCs while Super Nerd goes live in front of the world leaders and to the public to legalize supers. So when he asks the ambassador to sign, she greets Miss Stretchy but gets no response, so she goes, huh? What the hell? But signs to make them legal anyway. Then the kids reunite with their little brother and tries hiding from the low-budget supers, but Jack ain't scared of nobody and knocks out 3 supers just by sitting on them. Then he breaks the device Edna made and goes rogue. Yo, if he knocking out 3 supers with ease right now, imagine how strong he'll be when he gets the pubes. And the document is signed, officially making supers legal again, and that's when Super Nerd steps in, hypnotizing the leaders and controlling the supers to send a message.
We're tired of helping your ass, so now we're gonna shake ass and ruin your life.
We're gonna steal all your money and make you into our slaves.
Oh, look at his face! That man shat himself!
So the nerd makes Big Boy hurt civilians, getting the staff to declare to the world they're violent and out of control. Yeah, yeet. My goodness, that had to break his back, right?
Say hello to the wheelchair!
So they turn the ship around and break the controls so it can't be reversed, and then Jack pulls up and the baby is so powerful, just from using his own mind he can take the hypno glasses off. Which means if Jack wanted to, he can easily do that for all the supers that are hypnotized. Easily.
Bijum. No. You didn't listen? Don't get mad. Y'all can be supers now because it's legal.
Meaning if it was still illegal, should still be giving them shit.
Then the NPC supers pull up, which leads to Elastigirl finding out her baby could be the GOAT, and one by one, they destroy the hypno glasses, so the nerd gives up, resorting to plan B, which is getting the hell out of there. And Superfan becomes aware of his sister's plans and refuses to be with her because he wants to go to the Epstein Island. And because one of the NPCs blocked the engine room after Square Man is taken care of, Stretchy gets on the nerd's plane with Karen's help, and Big Boy decides to turn the ship around with brute force instead. So the nerd's plan is simple: turn the ship around and target the city to kill hundreds of people, including the world leaders, and supers will never be legal again. And when Stretchy tries to stop the nerd, she flies the plane so high, Elastigirl struggles to breathe, and my goodness. Really, movie? You got Elastigirl panting like that in that position?
So clearly this is not a kid's movie because we got a ridiculous amount of ass shots, and now we got Elastigirl arching her back, panting.
Oh, Disney, the naughty boy.
And not only that, look at the faces she's making. You just know one of the animators were gooning to this shit. And yo, what kind of villain grabs a hero like that? Like, this just looks like they're role-playing. Like, could you imagine Syndrome grabbing Mr. Incredible like this? Hell no, it just looked gay. But yeah, this scene is practically a goon sesh to every Elastigirl fanboy, cause man, you got her panting, showing her ass and everything. Like, I swear the first film was nowhere near anything like this. Right? Now, Superfan gets the leaders out of hypnosis, Big Boy turns the ship away from the city, Elastigirl still saves the ungrateful nerd, and they prevent the ship from causing any casualties in the city. 6-7.
I didn't ask to be saved. Don't drop the soap, girl.
And in the end, they still have the Incredible, the film shows more ass, the court announces supers are legal, and Violet shoots a shot at Tony again.
Being performative, huh? I know you can't read.
You're the girl that shoots water!
I like nerds.
I like goths. And if he was attracted to you before, he'll be attracted to you again as they finally get that movie date. I'm James Bond.
From Walmart.
Hey Tony, whatever you do to her, I'm doing to you. 6-7. And just like the ending of the first film, the family decides to suit up after seeing a crime scene.
I ain't asking him out again.
And I find it funny that this is the second time they try to go to the movies but fail. Almost like this film was predicting the future of cinema, because ticket sales are at an all-time low, with people claiming cinemas are dying and coming to an end.
So maybe not the best way to end the movie, where even in the movie, people are finding ways to avoid going to the cinema. But yeah, for me, the first Incredibles film is my favorite, but the second is still pretty good. Even though they kept showing Elastigirl's ass to please the Gooners and had low-budget supers, it still had a good storyline, and makes me wonder who the main character will be for the third Incredibles film. Since the first film, it was Mr. Incredibles that was the main character, now the second film, it was Elastigirl, so it makes you curious for the third. And it'd be pretty fun if for the third film, like Jack just turns into an evil Homelander and he's all grown up. That'd be pretty fun, not gonna lie. But yeah, if you guys have any thoughts, feel free to comment down below. It's been your boy KC. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, till next time.